So our first video on our you will know that historical background. That's on political science. M. Lakshmikant, first video that is. So in this first video we will know about the company rule, the various acts of the company, then how company rule ends and how the government ruled India after 1857 revolt, that is from Government of India Act 1858. So all will be discussed by thoroughly in line by line, so don't worry, listen and apply it to your brain and exam also. So see, keep the book M. Lakshmikant and see the video. So हम कुछ छोटे छोटे वीडियो के साथ ही आगे बढ़ेंगे. तो पहला शुरू करने जा रहे हैं हम हिस्ट्रिकल बैकग्राउंड. तो ठीक है. द ब्रिटिशर्स केम टू इंडिया इन 1608 एज ट्रेडर्स. सो कब आते हैं, कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स पकड़े में लिख लेता हूँ, आप पॉइंट करिए. 1608 में आते हैं ब्रिटिशर्स इंडिया में ट्रेडर के जैसे, मतलब ट्रेडर लाइक ट्रेडर्स. They came to India as traders in the form of East India Company of the trading in India under a charter granted by the Queen Elizabeth in 1660. Sorry, 1600. So in 1600 they came India as traders in 1608, but in 1600 Queen Elizabeth allowed them or guaranteed them by a charter. In 1600 Queen Elizabeth guaranteed or granted the company a charter to go India and do business. When in 1600, and they came to India as traders in 1608. In 1765, then in 1765, what happens? In 1765, the company, which still now had purely trading functions, obtained the Diwani, the rights over revenue and civil justice of Bengal. So they came as traders, but gradually they obtained the Diwani. They obtained the Diwani 1616. Diwani means the rights over revenue and civil justice. Rights. Diwani मतलब revenue and civil justice. The rights over this subjects in Bengal. So the story is, they came to India in 1608 because in 1600 Queen Elizabeth I granted them the, what you can say, charter. In 1765, Diwani, they obtained the Diwani. Diwani means the right over revenue and civil justice. Where? In Bengal. And also Bihar and Odisha. So in these areas, they obtained the Diwani right, means the right over revenue and civil justice. This started its career as a territorial power. So this began their power, means territorial power. In 1858, in the wake of the Sepoy Mutiny, the British Crown assumed direct responsibility for the governance of India. The rule continued until India was granted independence on August 15, 1957. So at first the company ruled India, but after the Sepoy Mutiny in 1857, from 1858 to the independence of India, that means till August 15, 1947, the government ruled over India. Means the head of the rule transferred from the company to the crown of the British. Okay. So with independence came the need for a constitution. Hence, a constitution assembly was formed for this purpose in 1946 on January 26 and on January 26, 1950. So, Constituent Assembly was formed for this purpose in 1946 and on January 26, 1950, the Constitution came into being. So, Constituent Assembly will study about it, but this is a introduction part. The Constitution Assembly, which established or formed in 1946, but our Constitution was enacted from, we know, January 26, 1950, that is our Republic Day. So why this day was selected? Because Constitution was ready in December 1949, but why this day was selected? That is the, so there is also a reason which we will know in future. Gradually we will know. Okay. However, various features of the Indian Constitution and polity have their roots in the British rule. There were certain events in the British rule that laid down the legal framework for the organization and functioning of the government and administration in British India. These events have greatly influenced our constitution and polity that are explained here in a chronological order under two major headings. So, in the beginning of the video, I said that we will study about the company rule and we can say crown rule, means government rule. ठीक, तो पहला है कंपनी रूल, इसके बारे में जानेंगे. दूसरा है क्राउन रूल. ठीक है, क्लियर है? ओके. सो अभी हम डिटेल में जानने वाले हैं कंपनी रूल क्या है. कंपनी रूल कब से कब तक चलते हैं? 1773 से चलते हुए 1858 तक आता है. 1773 तो 1858 तक कंपनी रूल इंडिया में चलता आ रहा है. उसके बाद आफ्टर 1508 the company rule was ended and crown rule was started in India till our independence in August 15, 1947. So the first act was Regulating Act of 1773. So what is the Regulating Act of 1773? Now see, this act was a great constitutional importance as it was the first step taken by the British government to control and regulate the affairs of the East India Company in India. So first, what happens in this case or in this act, the first step was taken by the British government to control and regulate the affairs, to control and regulate the affairs of the East India Company in India. How East India Company regulates in India? So उसे चेक करने के लिए, उसे कंट्रोल करने के लिए और उसे रेगुलेट करने के लिए ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी को रेगुलेट कौन कर रहा था? ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट ही कर रहा था, पर रूल कंपनी ही कर रहा था. पर कैसे रूल कर रहा है, क्या कर रहा है, उसे रेगुलेट करने के लिए, कंट्रोल करने के लिए, ये फर्स्ट स्टेप था रेगुलेटिंग एक्ट. इट रिकॉग्नाइज्ड फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम द पॉलिटिकल एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव फंक्शंस ऑफ द कंपनी. इसी एक्ट की वजह से, ड्यू टू दिस एक्ट, इन द फर्स्ट टाइम इन इंडिया political and administrative functions initiated of the company. Before it, the company was only engaged in the business works, but after this act was formed, the company recognized of its political and administrative functions. It laid the foundation of central administration in India. So main point is establishment of central administration and the company's recognition of its political and administrative functions and British government first step to control and regulate the affairs of the East India Company in India. The features of this act were as follows. So what were the features of this act? Means the Regulating Act 1773. So first feature is feature 1. It designated the Governor General of Bengal as the Governor General of Bengal. So Governor of Bengal, it designated the post of Governor of Bengal as the Governor General of Bengal, and it created an executive council of 4 members to assist him. So first feature is Governor of Bengal converted to, means the post of Governor of Bengal converted as the Governor General of Bengal, and 4 members executive council. Now, created an executive council of 4 members, executive council of 4 members to assist him. Him means executive council of 4 members assisted the Governor General of Bengal, right? The first such Governor General was Lord Warren Hastings. The first Governor General was Lord Warren Hastings. The first Governor General of, not India, no, of Bengal. Governor General of Bengal was Lord Warren Hastings. So he was assisted by 4 members of Executive Council. Okay. So then the second feature is it made the governors of Bombay and the Madras presidencies subordinate to the Governor General of Bengal, unlike earlier when the 3 presidencies were independent of one another. So before Regulating Act, the Governor of Bengal, Governor of Bombay, Governor of Madras were independent in each of their areas. But after this act was formed or acted or regulated, the Governor General of Bengal become the head, and the Governor of Bombay and the Governor of Madras presidencies came under, Governor of both the presidencies came under the Governor General of Bengal, right? So they became subordinate to the Governor General of Bengal. Subordinate means, you can understand it. Subordinate means every work they did were under the control of or under the permission of the Governor General of Bengal. He was the, we can say, head. Okay, not superior but head. Okay, superior was East India Company. Okay, so we can say that he was respected. He was at a respected position. Okay, so Governor of Bombay and Madras presidencies became the subordinate to the Governor General of Bengal. It was the second feature. Third feature is it provided for the establishment of Supreme Court at Calcutta, comprising 1 Chief Justice and 3 other judges. In 1774, 1773, in 1773 the act came in force, but in 1774 the Supreme Court was established in Calcutta. And where 1 Chief Justice and 3 other judges were appointed by the company. Okay, it prohibited the servants of the company from engaging in any private trade or accepting presents or bribes from the natives. So, as we know, in government jobs, people in government jobs cannot be in a profitable business. Like that, it prohibited the servants of the company from engaging in any private trade. Okay, it strengthened the control of the British government over the company by requiring the Court of Directors, the governing body of the company, to report on its revenue, civil and military affairs in India. So, one Court of Directors was established by the government to control over the or to regulate the activities or affairs of the company by the establishment of the Court of Directors. What is the governing body of the company? Question will be like that: under which act the Court of Directors was established by the government? That is Regulating Act 1773. The Court of Directors, which is the governing body of the company, so it generally reported the government about the revenue, civil and military affairs in India by the East India Company. So the revenue, civil and military affairs in India by the East India Company was reported by the Court of Directors to the government. It was all about the Regulating Act of 1773. In the next video, we'll continue from its Amendment Act, and then we'll forward about the Pitt's India Act and other chapter acts. Thank you.